Welcome to Best Bet, the one and only show dedicated to competitive sports betting. It's getting heated. My name is Kiprios.
My name is Jimmy the Bag. You're right. The pressure is mounting, and what a week we just witnessed. The most exciting week in the history of Best Bet. We had a capper sweep the board. We had a capper with the biggest bet of the season, $500 casher, and we now have a leader looking over his shoulder. Wow, what a week it was.
As you know, we gave everybody $1,000 each, okay? They have to bet 25% of that minimum on 5 picks on Friday. And Jimmy, what did you see last week? This is the best week that we've ever had in 3 seasons of this show. Things got very heated.
Our 5 cappers went a combined 16 wins and 10 losses, plus $816.75. And we must begin by talking about Bobano. Bobano went 5-0. He swept the board. It should be his giant turning point in the season, but it is not. He only bet 35% of his bankroll. Why? Why did he do that? Perfection. 5-0, and yet he's got to be second guessing decisions that were made, and we're not giving him the props that he deserves for sweeping the board. He was beaten by 2 cappers that went 3-2. How did that happen, Kip?
Listen, first of all, we never had anybody sweep the board. This season, it's happened 4 times, twice in the same week. This is how it happened. Hunter put 64% of his bankroll down. Over those 3 bets, he liked that Arizona spot. So he got it on the Nerfy, no run first inning, and he doubled down on that with $250 bets that both cashed. The 2 bets that didn't cash were only $40 each. So he cashed an 80, a $1.50, and another $1.50. And now Hunter's up $400 and he's in it. But as you know, as you said, the biggest bet that we have seen went down. Noli knows, puts down $500 on the under. He put 63% of his bankroll on. It was his best bet of the week. I tailed it because I believed in his capping. And now Noli is just $430 outside of first. And Jimmy, we have ourselves the shaping of an absolute classic with just 2 weeks of betting left.
So exciting now. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. In first, up $525.56, now at $2,025.56. Dabby Cab from Dallas, Texas, and hot on his heels with a giant week. Noli knows in second, $1,594.60. Joe Madden lost 41.26 this past week. Not an awful week, but a week that doesn't help. Then Hunter down $383 at $11.16.85, and Bobano, who only has $893.80. He should be knocking on the door of our top finishers, but he is not doing it. That is their overall standings. Let's bring in the 2 competitors that are battling for $4,000. First place and second place, Dabby Cab and Noli Knows. Welcome to the show.
And we are here on Best Bet Live with number 1 and number 2. Cabby still out in front from Dallas, got about a $430 lead, but Noli makes his mark with the biggest bet of the season, $500 to shake things up. Noli, talk me through that bet. Talk to me about your strategy and positioning right now. How are you going to win this 4K, bro?
Well, I mean, it was tough, sitting in third place, having a few bad weeks after starting hot, and really caught myself in a bad predicament. Had to make a move. We got a few weeks left, and I didn't want to wait until 2 weeks left. I wanted to give myself a little wiggle room, try to take a shot this week, get myself back into contention, and then let's go forward and put some pressure on the rest of the guys, and girl.
Yes, pressure. Cab, the great Ray Finkel, who at the time was Detective Einhorn, once said to Jim Carrey, "What do you know about pressure?"
Yeah.
And you didn't have any pressure on you for 2 weeks. None whatsoever. You were languishing in first place, drinking mojitos in the sunshine. All of a sudden, We've had Noli make a $500 bet. He gained $516 on you this past week. He is now just $430.96 behind. Do you feel pressure right now?
Well, yeah, sure, because I want to win, so I feel pressure. But here, since you're dropping dimes, I'll drop a dime that somebody gave to me back when I was pitching. Your brain, it can only produce one chemical for being nervous or excited, right? And being nervous is essentially your pressure. So it's all about interpretation. This is exciting. I expected somebody to lay down a big bet and to hit it because we're at the end. You know, there's no reason for people to bet $30 or $100 if they're out of the race now. And that's what Noli did. And he hit it. So now we're here. And yeah, it's exciting. So I guess you can call it pressure, but it was expected. I didn't expect to be here by myself at the end.
I enjoyed that philosophical take. In baseball, there's always nuggets of wisdom.
Yeah.
You bet 30% last week of your bankroll. You only needed to do 25, but you saw a spot. You tested the waters. 2 weeks left. You know what everybody else is going to do. You do have the added benefit. You can let them hang themselves so you can apply pressure. I know you're not definitely going to share your strategy, but what are you thinking with 2 weeks left? How are you going to get it?
You know, for me, it's going to be all about the spot because like you said, everybody's going to lay it on the line. They have to. So I'm looking for a spot that, like this week, I had $300 on the Padres, which, you know, it was through two bets, but it was $300 essentially on the same play. If I see another spot like that, I'll do it again, just like I did this week. I'm not necessarily looking to throw my whole bankroll out the window, maybe just like a decent size bet to put pressure on Noli, who's now put pressure on me. Yeah, like I said, it's going to be all dependent upon the game. The game's going to dictate, you know, if I see something I really like, I might fire on it.
Noli, what else can you do to add the pressure to Cabby's shoulders? What else can we do? Can we start leaving him messages late at night? What else can we do? Are you gonna drop another $500 bet? What is the plan? How can we get in Cabby's head?
Well, ultimately, I think just the thought of the $500 bet and just in the back of people's mind, and not just for Dabby, you know, there's still other people in contention. They're still not out of it. And so just putting that thought in the back of your mind, is he going to drop it again? Is he going to go bigger? You know, I mean, $500 is not the biggest bet I made. So maybe we double that up next time. I'm not sure. You know, I'm going to let the games dictate what I do. If I see a game that I need a hammer, I'm going to go for it. You know, it's no more sitting on our hands. It's time to go. And you got to go for it. You know, if you don't risk it, you don't win, you know, so you got to go for it.
It was so fascinating the way you guys did things because you had Cab with $300 on the Padres game, 150. Noli made two bets on that Mets game, 60 on the first five and 500 on the full game with no split. It's really exciting. The pressure, everything is being elevated. The excitement's being elevated, and it's just really fun. And what a week you guys had as a whole group. I mean, it was a very, very impressive week of capping. And now it is time to mine more winners from you guys. It is sure shot time. We will go with you, Noli. Is there a baseball game or a soccer match that you're looking at the rest of the week?
Well, yeah, Tuesday looks to be like a great day for pitching. Typically one of the most profitable days for me, not just for this, but also college basketball for some reason. But when I look at some of these great matchups, you got Verlander Cease, Jeffrey Springs, Nestor Cortez. But ultimately, I'll be going Padres Marlins. Marlins, really one of my favorite teams right now. You look over the last 13 games, 12-0-1 to the under. Got a push in the second game with a doubleheader against the Braves, landed on exactly 8. But really a team really struggling to hit the ball, and their bullpen has been very effective. More specifically against the left-handed pitching, they have been atrocious over the last 30 days. They rank dead last in weighted runs created plus, isolated power. They're 29th in slugging. They're 28th in batting average and hold the 4th highest K rate at 29.2%. So a team really struggling at the plate, and be it Sean Manaea hasn't looked himself as of late, but I believe he can put it together in a bounce back spot here against the Marlins. The other side, Edward Cabrera, a youngster, really coming to his own, really went about 11 innings over the last 2 games, only allowing 3 hits, 0 earned runs, facing a tough Philadelphia team last time out who was coming in riding hot. And here facing the Padres, which, yeah, they can hit poor pitching, but they cannot hit good pitching. Good pitching is going to be good hitting any day, and I like the under here. I believe we get a 7.5 the way Mane has looked, but even at the 7, I still like the under.
There's Noli Knows, a.k.a. the underachiever, hailing from Long Beach. But to Dallas we go. Dabby Cab, a.k.a. Dabra Cadabra. What magic dust can you sprinkle on the good folks of Best Bet? What is your sure shot?
Well, you heard Noli say it. Tomorrow we got Cease and Verlander going against each other. These two guys, Verlander is just, one of the greatest pitchers of all time. That's all there is to it. And Cease has been one of the greatest pitchers this year on any team, anywhere. Verlander, if you look at his last 15 games, he's got a 1.98 ERA, which is outstanding. And I always say a pitcher is either getting better or worse. They're progressing or regressing. There is really no in between. There's blow up games, but overall it's one or the other. And this dude, even with that ERA, has got a 1.16 the last 7. He's been this in many innings deep into a season before. This is nothing new to him. He's done it several times. And I think he's just going to keep getting better as the season goes on. Cease on the other side, he's got a 0.84 ERA in the last 7 games, which is, it's unheard of. His only problem is he pitches for the White Sox right now, who can't score any runs. So all that being said, I'm looking at an under in this game. Probably going to get a 7. I would think it might be a 6.5, but I think it might be a 7. And I think both of these pitchers are going to give us 6 or 7 innings at least. And that's something I'm interested in for an under.
Well, there you have it. That is the sure shot. Dabby Cab and our man Noli Knows. Fellas, it is heating up. We've got 2 weeks left for 4K. I want to thank you so much, and I want to wish you both good luck. Thanks for rocking with us, fellas. Go get it.
Thank you.
Dabby Cab and Noli Knows, 2 great guys and excellent cappers, and it looks like it could go down to the wire. I love both of their sure shots. I think it makes a ton of sense. There's a ton of exciting action as well on Tuesday and Wednesday in MLB. Your streak stopped. Your first loser. What a spectacular run you were on. Let's hear how you plan to get back into the winners column here for your sure shot. Kip, take it away.
I definitely did it to myself, Jimmy. I said, don't put the jeans in the wash and don't fade me. That's a perfect time to fade somebody when they say something that stupid. That's exactly what you want to do. So this week I'm trying to get back stack card Tuesday. So I'm going to go Manoah and the Jays. Kramer on the road. His last 3 starts, he has pitched 14 innings and allowed 13 runs. I'm just going to go Blue Jays -1, keep it real simple, and that is my sure shot. Blue Jays -1 against the Orioles. Jimmy, how are you going to bump the Schneid? Can you bump the Schneid? What is going on? Give us a winner.
Damn right I can bump the Schneid. You kidding me? I don't know what's been going on here, and I still have time. To fix my struggles in the sure shot. And I like your look on Manoah and the Jays on Tuesday. I'm the last game on the card Tuesday evening. I'm fading the San Francisco Giants at home. I do not trust Jacob Junis. I've not trusted him all year long. He got off to a really nice start. He was available for a cup of coffee. Any team in the league could have picked him up in the offseason, and I do not trust him. And he's going up against Merle Kelly, who's been so good this year and so good on the road. His last 2 road starts at the Braves and at the Padres, 2 teams that can hit well. He's gone 13 innings and allowed 1 solitary earned run, 13 Ks and 2 walks. I'm backing the Diamondbacks first 5 over the San Francisco Giants Tuesday night. That's the late game. I'm on the Diamondbacks first 5. My man Kip on the Blue Jays -1. Sure shot glory in our future.
That is it. And as I said at the beginning of the show, this thing is truly heating up. This has been the best season we've had, the best capping. As I said, I tailed last week. If you're watching, continue to tail these people. It's been exciting, and we're making money and having fun doing it. For the good folks at Gaming Today and Best Bet, and you guys as well watching, I want to thank you and thank everybody that's been working on the show, and to you as well, Jimmy. I'm all the way up out of here. My name is Kip Rios.
My name is Jimmy the Bag. Go out there and get that cash. Get paid in full.
Beat the books, get the bag.